My New Year's resolution this year is to make time each day to read for pure enjoyment, no matter what else is happening that day or needs to be done. But why is this important to me? Well, firstly, reading is something I love to do and always have done. Whenever people, and I don't mean this to sound narcissistic, ask me why I'm so smart, I have always said that it's because I was read to as a child, and then afterwards read prolifically for myself. I remember with quite some pride the day I had read so many books on my primary school class's bookshelf that I got to go down the corridor and pick from the next year's up shelf. But why did I choose this resolution instead of, say, going to the gym or eating more vegetables? Well, I felt that I had rather lost my way when it came to my love of reading. I'm a very active person, and it can be difficult for me to find the time for such a solitary, reflective activity in the middle of everything else that I do. I'm also studying for a degree, and I often felt that my reading time would be better spent reading non-fiction books related to my course. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm passionate about my degree and find the reading for it fascinating, but the very fact that it was limited by requirements to focus on the specific chapters or themes relevant to my course, but also more broadly because I knew I was reading this book for a purpose that wasn't simple enjoyment, it meant I couldn't really get the same sort of enjoyment out of it. I remember several times having to almost force myself to finish a chapter or a page because I simply didn't want to read anymore, which for someone like me who claims to love reading was a very unpleasant experience. But I believe there is light at the end of the tunnel. In doing this challenge, I'm hoping to rediscover my love of reading for its own sake, which I also believe will help my academic reading. This is because I'll be able to bring the same renewed enthusiasm to both types. And what am I going to do to make this happen? Well, the first thing I need to do is make sure I have enough books. This, I think, will not be a problem, as I'm currently 3 books into the Game of Thrones series, so I expect to continue to read them for quite a while yet. I also have the final book in the Hunger Games trilogy to read at some point before the next film comes out, hopefully. I'm also really looking forward to reading the new Alex Rider spin-off, Russian Roulette, by Anthony Horowitz, who is a favourite author of mine. I'm also, to my shame, 2 books behind in the Skullduggery Pleasant series, which is a particular favourite of mine. Another thing I will do is make sure I have books available to me at all times and all places. The main way I'll do this is through ebooks. It is very rare that I do not have a phone or a tablet to hand, so keeping a few electronic books on the go will hopefully ensure that I can keep to my resolution. I will also be keeping an eye out in bookshops and online for any new releases I may be interested in. The final thing that I need to do is make sure that I have enough time to read and to remind myself to actually read. In order to do this, I'll be adding daily reminders to my calendar, with notifications of course, at times late in the evening, so that if I haven't done any of this sort of reading throughout the day, I can remind myself to do a little before bed, just to keep it up. I would also like to appeal for your support and encouragement in this. It would be great if any of you would remind me of this throughout the year, or just share this video back to me to remind me what I said I was going to do and why. Thank you very much for watching.